let's talk about some news. A big announcement from Warner Brothers and DC. I guess Joker, the big blockbuster that came out a couple years ago, was directed by Todd Phillips. It's going to officially have a sequel. Rich, tell us more about this.
Okay, Todd Phillips went on Instagram today and released the first image of the Joker 2 script, which is now titled Folly Adieu. And he also revealed another photo of actor Joaquin Phoenix reading it pages.
Well, I mean, let's just hope that it's an intriguing premise that they've come up with for the sequel, because Joaquin Phoenix has turned down big projects before. I mean, he turned down Doctor Strange, which was a very lucrative role, but he didn't want to be tied to a franchise where, like, a soulless franchise. So, I mean, let's hope that, you know, the reason he's coming back is because there's a great premise. And also, I think Joaquin had said in the past that if Todd Phillips comes up with a good premise, he'll work with him again because he loved working with him. And I think he said he's one of his favorite directors to work with. So, I'm excited for this because I love the first Joker. The first Joker for me, like, it's not even really a comic book movie. For me, it's more than that. It's really it's what Todd Phillips wanted it to be. It's like an homage to Martin Scorsese's early work, specifically Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy, but kind of disguised as a DC film with DC characters in it. But it's not a comic book movie at all, and I think it really works, and it kind of just stands on its own as a kind of like a graphic novel, standalone tale of this character. And I mean, for me, I absolutely love the movie, and I always thought that there could be potential in the sequel. I don't think a sequel to this, no matter what it is, could be quite as good as the first one, but that doesn't mean that it can't be entertaining and it can't be something different and something unique. And personally, I have a theory for what I think the sequel could be, but there's a lot of theories going around online. A lot of people are actually speculating that because the translation, the English translation to the title, which is in French, is Madness for Two or something like that. So a lot of people
I got it right here. It's Folly Adieu, a reference to a medical term for a mental disorder that affects two or more individuals. There's going to be either two Jokers or two of something else.
Yeah, that's the speculation. A lot of people think it's going to either be about two Jokers. It's going to either be about Joker and Harley Quinn, or they think it's going to be about Joker and Bruce Wayne. But I personally think that this is going to be about Joker basically tapping into the bad side or or unleashing the evil side of other patients in the hospital. And I think a lot of these patients in the hospitals are going to turn out to be other kind of iconic DC characters. And I think the whole movie is basically going to be like Todd Phillips' version of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, with basically Joker being the kind of the Jack Nicholson character in a way, and just kind of changing everyone's way of life or the way things are done inside. And I think the movie's going to probably feature like a giant scene in the third act where everyone breaks out and madness ensues.
But it is interesting, like, that Todd Phillips was recently announced to serve as an advisor for DC's upcoming projects for Warner Brothers.
Well, supposedly Toby Emmerich didn't want a Joker sequel,
and he recently stepped down.
And David Zaslav wanted it. That's kind of seems like what happened.
Joker made $1 billion, right, in the box office. I mean, it was huge, and it was a low budget movie compared to a lot of those Marvel movies or DC movies. So it made a ton of money. And like what Raymond was saying, you could set this new movie in a mental institution, and most likely a lot of people are going to watch it.
Yeah, in fact, if they do my version of the movie, he's not even going to wear the makeup until the final shot of the movie.
Once they break out with when someone takes a sink and throws it into the window, right? Yeah. And you got that great Indian drum music.
No, we can't take it that far.
Why not? They did it. I mean, Todd Phillips basically did the same thing with a Taxi Driver.
No, it's not. It's more like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and the Dream Team. The Dream Team being Joker.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know if you need a sequel, but it makes perfect sense because I know people are going to watch it, and it's most likely going to be a huge blockbuster. And yeah.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Anyway, so that was the Joker news. That was it.